Good morning. This is Mrs. Mack reporting from my kitchen table. If you haven't already, I linked yesterday's homework at the beginning on this agenda so that you can check your answers from your homework yesterday. Make sure you're doing it correctly. I'm going to warn you now that I have a new cat. We've only had her for a couple months and she loves to meow, and you're going to hear a lot of it. All right, let's get started. You will need patty paper today. I was smart and I brought some extra today. We are going to be rotating today. So yesterday we were translating, meaning we were sliding things up and down. And we were reflecting, so we were doing the mirror image. And now we are rotating. So let's get our first triangle on here. It's our favorite triangle, the IM1. I know some of you kind of went ahead on the video yesterday just to check and see if you were understanding it correctly. You're welcome to do that again today. Just make sure that you are understanding it, that you actually do watch the video or fast forward in the video to see that you are doing it correctly. Okay, so this is yum, so this is Y, U, M. And it says, use transparency paper, trace the yum triangle. Using the transparency paper, rotate yum 90 degrees. This stands for counterclockwise. Okay, so whenever you see this, this is counterclockwise. Okay, so now if you're looking at the face of a clock here, clockwise would be rotating this way around. Counterclockwise, you'd be rotating backwards. So it's good to know what we're being asked to do here. All right, I'm going to get a little bit of my coordinate plane on here. Cat is so loud. She's scratching right now. I can hear it. It's super early in the morning before my family is woken up, so it's just me and her. All right, counterclockwise 90 degrees. So I'm gonna turn it 90 degrees, and it's gonna put my figure in the second quadrant right here. Okay, everybody see how I did that? I took the figure and I just rotated it and made sure that I lined up my axes. Now I'm gonna put my points on. Make sure that you're lining them up correctly too, so that you don't put the point in the wrong spot on accident. Right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and label our new triangle. This is Y1, U1, M1. Now, some strange things happen to the points. So let's see. Our new Y1 is now -1, 1. Our new U is -2, 4. And our new M is -6, 1. So if we look at this, all of our X's became our Y's, and all of our Y's became our X's, but now they're negative. Okay, so let's write that down. Now our all of our x's are the negative y's. Okay, see these are all of our y's, but now they're negative. And our y is now where our x points were. So there we have our rule. All right, so that was counterclockwise in 90 degrees, and we've laid out our rule here. Let's take a look at another triangle. So this is -1, 9. -4, 2. -1, 6. All right, let's label our points. P, Q, R. And this problem is asking us to rotate it counterclockwise 180 degrees. So let's take our patty paper. You can use the same piece of patty paper for the whole lesson. Just keep moving use the corner each time, so that way you have plenty of space. Oh my gosh, that cat's so loud. Okay, so here's our figure, and we're gonna rotate it counterclockwise 80 degrees. Well, one turn is 90, which means another turn is 80. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our new points on here. Let's make sure it's nice and lined up, and it does look like it is. Sometimes you really got to stare at it to figure out where the points go. All right, so this is going to be our Q1, R1, P1. Now, I wanted to show you something too. Rotating 180 degrees is the same as reflecting once and then reflecting twice. It's kind of interesting. I get interested in stuff like that. All right, so let's go ahead and put the points here, our new points. So P is at 1, not -1. I don't have my white out here. Is at 1, -9. Okay, Q is at 4, -2. R is at 1, -6. So if we look at this, all of our x's stayed the same, but they turned positive. And all of our y's turned are the same, but just turned negative. So they're both staying the same number, but switching signs. So the way that we can show that in our rule is our x's would be -x, and our y's would be -y. And now if I plug in all these x values, -1, if I plugged it in here, it'd be a -1, which is a +1. And if I plugged in all my y values, they would become negative because you plug it in here, and now it would be -9. All right, so that's our first side of our rotation notes. Let's do page 8 now. All right. I'm gonna use the same piece of patty paper. Let's get our first triangle on here. So -2, 2. -1, 7. and -6, 4. This is our man triangle. I'm sure you've noticed that we use the same triangles over and over again, but we do different things with them. Okay, so that's our man triangle. Use my patty paper now. All right, so we're rotating counterclockwise 270 degrees. So this would be 90. Okay, so let's try that again because I got all cattywampus. Okay, 90, 180, and 270. Okay, I'm gonna put my point on here. My points on here. So here's M. This is A. And this is N. If you do not have a straight edge, you may want to ask the sub for one, because I know that Miss Mahalakis requires you to use a straight edge on these, and I want to make sure that you don't get docked any points on your test because you didn't use a straight edge. All right, so that's what it looks like. So this is a rotation of 270 degrees counterclockwise. And if we had rotated it clockwise, this would have been a 90 degree rotation clockwise. And what did I just do with my pad paper? I'll show you that one. Here it is. So if I had just turned this clockwise, it would have been a 90 degree clockwise turn. Which makes sense, right? All right, let's see what's happening to our points. Our new M is 1, 1. Our A is 7, 1. Our N is 4, 6. So when I'm looking at this, my new X's are actually my Y's, and the signs are staying the same. So let me write that in. My new Y's are my X's, but the sign has changed. So this will be negative X. Okay, one more rotation. We're going to be doing PQR again. Let me put that in here. So 1, -9, 4, -2, 1, -6. And we have already used PQR on a different problem. So let me pull that up. No need to redo my patty paper. And we're rotating counterclockwise, I cannot talk this morning, counterclockwise 360 degrees. And if you're thinking about that, you may have already figured out that we're gonna land right on top of the same shape. Because if we go counterclockwise 90, 180, 270, 360, and there it is. Okay, to show this, I'm gonna put like a green dashed line on top of the purple so that we can kind of see that it is the rotated figure on top of the original figure. I don't know if you could see that or not. It's kind of turning out pretty light for me. And then I'll label this comma R1, comma Q1, comma P1 to show that it's the original figure and it's the translated or the transformed figure. Okay. Well, obviously the points are the same because it landed on top of the same figure. And again, this is super straightforward. Our x's didn't change, our y's didn't change, and the order didn't change. So that's what you get when you rotate counterclockwise 360 degrees. Okay, as always, you guys, I'm in EX1. Come and ask me questions if you have them. You can also email me anytime. And your homework tonight is page 9 and 10, which comes right after this in your packet. I did notice that in some of the packets, the pages were stapled in backwards. They should all still be there, but they're just, some of them are backwards and it's odd and I don't know why that happened, but it should all be there. Tomorrow you're gonna be doing, excuse me, you're gonna be doing dilations, which are really fun. We're gonna be, I'm sorry, let me drink my tea. Oh goodness, they're really fun. You're gonna be making figures bigger and smaller. So that's something to look forward to for tomorrow. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.